Turbulence in many university towns is a commonplace these days, but in the larger cities with their ghettos, violence and murder are common among the teenage street gangs. In Philadelphia, a 19-year-old boy was shot to death last night, the 23rd youth killed there this year. In Chicago, 29 young persons have been killed in youth gang murders since January 1st. One gang, the Blackstone Rangers, is said to be responsible for nearly half of those killings. ABC's Hugh Hill takes a look at the violence there in this special report from Chicago.
On a warm summer evening, the soul music drifts up from the streets of the ghetto and rolls along the L tracks above 63rd Street. This is the heart of Woodlawn on Chicago's South Side. In this sprawling black neighborhood, street gangs have developed into a powerful force. These are the Blackstone Rangers with their red berets. Their marks of identification are everywhere. They make claim to their turf and control it with violence and bloodshed. The young man I'm talking to is a victim of gang shooting. We've concealed his identity for his own safety.
Well, why do you lead this kind of a life? I mean, why do you have to shoot each other all the time?
Well, see, in the black neighborhood, the people there, they wants to be leaders, and, you know, like, we don't have no black president. We got black gangsters and all this. So, that's all our children know of, is this violent thing, you know.
And you kill each other.
Well, we have a minority that kill each other. We have a majority that don't.
One of the majority with enough courage to speak out is a combat veteran who returned to Woodlawn with the idea of improving his neighborhood. Barry Wright of the Concerned Veterans of Vietnam. What is going on in this neighborhood with the gangs? Why are they killing each other?
Well, it's similar to the action in Vietnam of the VC. They aren't strong enough to attack the people who are their enemies, or who they say are their enemies, so they have to extort and steal and kill from their own people. So it's a power struggle among themselves. And this is the problem that we're having right now. It's gang against gang, and if you don't join, we kill you. That's simple as that.
The Chicago Police Department has taken the attitude that the gangs must be stamped out to rid the black neighborhoods of their vicious criminality. Captain Edward Buckney, head of Youth Gang Intelligence.
Now, there will be gangs probably after all of us are dead and gone, because gangs were here long before we ever got here. The whole point of it is, if it's a gang that hangs around the neighborhood and plays basketball together and that kind of thing, we're not really concerned about that kind of gang. But the kinds that we have now that are creating the violence that they are and who are preying upon the community as they are, then in our opinion, they have to be stopped.
Violence in the ghetto is like an infection. It spreads as the gangs grow in number and influence. But law enforcement authorities are determined to end that growth. A special grand jury will be convened in July. The police effort against the gangs is finally taking on the proportions of the war against the Capone mob in the 20s and 30s. This is Hugh Hill, ABC News, Chicago.
Howard and I will be back with more news in a moment.